It's Car Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Car Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
All right, Car Con Carne is sponsored by Easy Automation. If you're looking to transform your home, office, or business into a smart, seamlessly connected space, Easy Automation delivers custom automation solutions that are tailored to your lifestyle. Easy Automation makes technology work for you, effortlessly, reliably, and always with your satisfaction guaranteed. Visit easyautomation.net or call Dan at 630-730-3728 and take control of your environment today.
Well, that sounds great.
Right? All right. Also, Car Con Carne is sponsored by Exploding House Printing. Bands, brands, listeners who want to get the word out. Exploding House Printing can help with your screen printing, embroidery, and other merch needs. Exploding House delivers production, efficiency, and cost awareness to offer boutique print shop quality at much lower large print shop prices. Check out their work at Instagram at Exploding House, or go to their website or email info@explodinghouseprinting to get a quote. Bands, pay attention to that one.
That's an interesting name for a printing company, isn't
Exploding House. I
it?
kind of like
It makes me think of like disaster.
Well, it's, branding. It's catching.
It is catchy.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
Right.
I'm calling them later.
Get a quote. Embroidery. Actually, embroidery would be kind of cool. Anyways, Car Con Carne. Usually this is where there's like an introduction and a song.
This is the Car Con Carne takeover.
Yes. Hi, Car Con Carne. Usually you're seeing this in a car with James Van Alstyne. He's not here currently. For some reason, he gave us the keys to the car, and we have kind of taken on a hostile takeover to sit with Martin Atkins and talk about a bunch of shenanigans that are going on this month.
The two bass players from Bellhead are going to interview Martin about what we're doing, upcoming shows, and a bit about Martin's museum and the like.
Yeah. So why don't we get started, Martin, and give us a brief introduction to the people who may not know you and why we're here tonight.
Okay. To people who might not know me.
Yeah.
So, what, like my history?
No, I mean like, give us the super abbreviated version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pill, Killing Joke, Ministry, 9 Inch Nails, Pigface, Damage Manual, Brian Brain, author, teacher, speaker, record label owner, founder of the Museum of Post-Punk and Industrial Music. There you go. That's a little...
Perfect. Exactly. Yeah. So why don't we start with the museum? Because we're standing here right now. So we're in the Museum of Post-Punk and Industrial Music. Yeah. So how did this come about?
So I don't want to say on a whim, because that makes this wild place seem trivial, and it isn't. Yeah. But I just, one day, I think we were in the pandemic, and I was down in the basement. This was an apartment rented out. And I'm just like, who wants to help found a museum? Like, I can't imagine myself typing these words. Like, what the heck? And almost like a Nipsey Hussle, $125 T-shirt makes you a founder.
Right. And
people just immediately, let's go. Right. I'm like, oh, shit.
Now you have to actually do it.
Yeah. And I remember, because my collection is extensive, but it would be sad if it was just my collection. But I remember thinking that first year, we're 4.5 years in, I remember thinking, it was April we started. I'll keep this going. We'll have a big blowout at Cold Waves. Yep. We'll do a whiskey pancake brunch, and then we did it. Ta-da! We did it.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We did a whiskey pancake brunch, but we had to have 3 sittings. and I had such great conversations with people. People came up from Florida with armfuls of amazing stuff to donate. I'm like, well, I'd be a fool not to keep this going to Thanksgiving and Christmas. Next thing you know, it's February, whenever, and here we are 4.5 years in. It's just completely out of control.
So for somebody who's never been here before, what would they expect coming to see you?
Well, I think, I get the impression a lot of people don't expect much, and most people are just blown away by the depth. Like, my knowledge of stuff is growing. The Thrill Kill Cult, the Nine Inch Nails, the Ministry, the Neubauten, the Killing Joke. Somebody just sent me one of Jazz's notebooks.
Oh, wow.
Last week from 2 albums before I was involved. And here are the little sketches of songs, and I'm like, what the hell? So people get quite emotional and blown away. Then we go downstairs to the studio, and then they get more emotional. And now we take people upstairs and show them that. It's off the chain.
Yeah. And if people want to come visit you here, what do they need to do?
They can go to martinatkins.com, see that, or they can go to my link tree, which comes off my Flowers Fight for Sunshine Instagram. Upstairs is an Airbnb now. We have artist rates, friendly artist rates, because I've been on tour myself. So the artist deal upstairs of the Airbnb, it's more like, you'll know this, it's more like a upon arrival. Yeah. Which is not an Airbnb thing. It's I think usually the refrigerator is empty.
Right.
And that's a thing. You want the refrigerator to be empty. But when you're on tour with a band, you want to find some donuts and some orange juice and some milk and tea.
We wouldn't kill for a case of water and some coffee and
Yeah. So we try and do that. Yeah. I'm excited to have, we just had Dead Voices on air here, which was a circular moment because Mark was over at Invisible on Warbash in 93. Right. So that was really beautiful to have that happen.
Yeah. All right, so you brought up Jazz and Killing Joke. So November 28th, 29th, Reggies, the Killing Joke record, Extremities in its entirety. You've got a band together. So tell us why. Why now? What brought this about? Why doing this? Why
are we all hanging out tonight?
Well, so none of this is simple. I was tooling around up here, and I don't know what was going on. I might have been playing my drums or something, and I'm like, I start listening to Extremities, and I was kind of in a little bit of a funk, with Geordie's passing, with Albini's passing. Raven passed 18 years ago. Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, maybe I could do something with that. Mm-hmm. And it was just a little idea, maybe February. I think I broke one of my fingers, and then I started to listen to the album, and then I realized it's 35 years old in November. I'm like, oh God, here we go with November. Yeah. It's kind of a Pigface Thanksgiving tradition. Right. Nobody plays Thanksgiving. And it's weird because people say, well, everybody leaves Chicago. I'm like, yeah, the people leave, other people arrive.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so we've always done Thanksgiving shows. It's been a Pigface thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. So then I started to listen more deeply to the songs, and then I started to play my drums. I'm like, why don't I make sure I can play these fucking beats? And then it got heavy,
right?
Because the playing the beats was a muscle memory, but an emotional memory of 35 years ago, being in a room with those guys. Yeah. And that was really difficult. I cried for a bit. And then I started to get on top of the beats. And I asked Tom and Sarah, I'm like, could you film me playing these beats? Because I know they're going to say, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Lying fucks.
No
you know.
one ever wants to tell you the truth.
Yeah, keep going, Martin. You've really got it. What
Good
the
job,
fuck?
buddy.
You know, and you've got it. And so I could see.
Yeah.
And I clearly I had some work to do, but I was in the ballpark. But it was crazy for me 35 years ago to play these beats. So then I started to play, and then I started to think about doing the show. And I called Randy.
From Lamb of God.
Yeah, the latest addition to Pigface. I'm like, are you a Killing Joke fan? And he just sends me a picture of a chapter in his book, Money is Not Our God. I'm like, okay.
There you go.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And then I called, I was talking with Jazz's management because I wanted to be correct. I didn't want to ask permission. I don't feel I need to, but I wanted to let everybody know what I was doing in case they wanted to be involved.
Sure.
Because I think that's the correct thing to do. And so we're talking, and Jazz's manager says, well, he's busy working on a rock opera based on the life of Aleister Crowley.
That's the most jazz thing that you're gonna say.
Yeah. And yeah. And I'm like, well, fucking tell him. Am I allowed to swear?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay. Well, fucking tell him. I remember when I tried out for Killing Joke. I mean, I was ferocious 35 years ago, and I killed all those Killing Joke songs. And then Geordie says, let's try this new thing. It turned out to be intravenous. Let's try that. Can you go a little bit Keith Moon on the chorus? I fucking destroyed the kit. And we did something else, and I destroyed that. And I'm like, all right, I've just destroyed it. And I'm not trying to be braggadocious. I was just on my game back then. And then Jazz and Geordie say, hold on. Let's get the tarot deck. I'm like, yeah, what? I'm like, no, we just want to make sure you're the right fit. I'm like, I just got on a plane and I annihilated all of these beats and beats that haven't been made yet.
Right.
What the actual? And so I was furious. And then, so I get this message back from Jazz. He was laughing his fucking head off, remembering that story. And it was like, we're fire, you're ice, or I'm their ice, and I'm whatever the fuck it was, whatever the tarot equivalent of compatible. And so I get this message back from Jazz's management, and I was in my car at a stoplight, and I look up, and the license plate of the car in front of me says Kevin Walker. I'm like, holy fucking fuck. So this stuff has been going on, and I'm not that guy. My mum is like that. Ooh, it's a sign. You know?
You don't want to be like the signs and the stars are saying this,
but they are like that,
right?
And it's not lost on me. Yeah. So, and then I talked to Tara from I Speak Machine, and then Justin from the Locust, and I didn't want it to be Pigface plays Killing Joke,
right?
And I'd love to see. I'm missing Curse Mackey right now, and Bob Dog, and Greta, but I didn't want it to be Pigface plays Killing Joke, because then we'd start playing Suck, and it would just be and I wanted it to be this thing.
So how did you curate all of these people then? Did you have them in mind like immediately, or
no? And this is what drives Justin insane, because so Justin's really funny and I love him a lot, but he was like, the first day in here is like, what order are we going to do the songs? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know. What order we're going to do these songs? Well, who else is like? I'm like, listen, things, because I'm used to Pigface, right? Which is like like here's Randy Blah, who's this guy? Here's Danny Carey. Here's people we've never met, gelling together. And so I have a more relaxed attitude to stress, and it's really driving Justin crazy. So we let some things just happen. I started to hear a sad solo trumpet on a song called Termite Mound. And Orville, who runs samples with Pigface, does Porn and Chicken. He's like, well, I know William Washington. Really plays a sad trumpet. Well, he came in here. It's like, oh, fuck, you know. And then I was hanging out with Day, who sang with Pigface in...
A little closer.
sang with Pigface in 2019. And I'm like, could you hear some kind of freestyle rapping on this song? And so I've got footage of us downstairs singing the same shit
Nice.
to each other, like sad, like rock performers who've been doing it for a long time, you know.
Right.
So it's just stumbling and bumbling into place. And then started talking with Mark Gemini Thwaite, and that was really intense. He was in a band with Paul Raven.
Right.
I'm like, what, called Mob Research? I didn't know that. And then he's sending me a picture like, here I am, I'm on stage with Peter Murphy wearing a Killing Joke shirt. I'm like, I get it, dude. You like the, you know. And he came out, and I felt like I was just telling you, but I guess I'm telling more people than just you.
Right.
He was kind of, I don't know, pedantic, maybe. I'm going to need this thing and this thing. Oh, good news, we've got that thing. It's like, no, that's not that thing. It doesn't have this thing that seems insignificant.
Sure.
We're talking about cabs, amps,
Yeah, the sounds to make
stuff.
it. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm not upset with him. I'm overjoyed that he's that meticulous about Geordie.
Sure.
And then he came out here and fired up his guitar, and I had to go in the back room. I just was crying to hear Geordie's riffs, you know. And he's played Geordie's rig as well, you know. I'm like, oh fuck. So it just comes together, and all these little bits and pieces. Scary Lady Sarah was just in Tokyo. She's a huge Killing Joke fan, so she's going to spin on the Saturday.
Right.
You guys are playing the Friday. Yep. Steve Silver's got some stuff. You know, Steve Silver used to tour manage us.
Right. He likes to say that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got faxes. Steve, the tour's been going for 2 weeks. We still have no accounting, no receipts.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So he can tell that story.
So talking about, you know, Raven and Geordie, and obviously this is, you know, an emotional thing. Are you doing anything extra special for these shows to memorialize them, to hold them there, to, you know, to have them be a part of these shows?
Well, yeah. I mean, so we just made a significant portion of the live stream, which I don't know what that is, which, you know, that money's going to go to their 2 estates.
Oh, great.
But we've already, you know, I printed Killing Joke dollar bills a couple of years ago and sent that money to Vincent, Raven's youngest child in Germany.
Right.
And I've sent money to Geordie's family from the Murder Inc. reissue that we did recently. So we've got those avenues open.
Sure.
And we're trying to honor that music,
Yeah.
the music, and be as accurate as possible, but then also honor the feeling of the music, hence the solo trumpet and these other things. And yeah, and I just talking about it, it worries me a little bit because it is emotional.
Yeah.
And it's not just, it's a different thing when somebody you're in a band with passes. And I've been downstairs screen printing. When Geordie passed, I was mooching around for 2 days. I'm like, fuck this, Martin. Get downstairs, put on some Killing Joke and print some fucking shirts. Mm-hmm. And I lasted about 15 seconds. I was crying my eyes out. And sometimes I'll sing I'll be listening to Love Like Blood. And I'll go, and the words just like, oh, fuck. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I was curious. So, it's been 30 plus odd years since you wrote these parts, played these parts, and you're, relearning them and the muscle memory and all. Is there any part of you that just wants to have a chat with younger Martin and be like, you're going because it's so full tilt, and you're like, if you ever have to play these parts again, is there any part of you when you're restructuring them that you're just like, this is a lot, because this record is really intense,
Yeah, no, I've thought about like, okay, here we go, everybody. La, 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 intravenous, I mean, and I talked with Danny Carey.
Yeah.
I'm like, Danny, are you? He's like, oh, I might come out for this. And I'm like, ooh, that's in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anybody in the audience that can play drums? I've hurt my arm. Oh, Danny, but I decided to try and just push. And, but yeah. And I was sat down with 25 years ago, Jolly Roger sat me down in the back of the bus. He said, can I talk to you in private? I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. He's like, Martin, you got to fucking stop throwing yourself around. And I'm like, listen, old man, you fucking, 2 spine surgeries and a hip replacement later.
Right.
I'm like, I'm sorry, Jolly.
As I'm sitting here with the fracture.
Right, well, that's because I mean, you it's a really physical record, and you hear that, and I'm just like, but the when you play something that you did in the past, it's almost like, I don't know, I've experienced some of this, so correct me if you felt the same, but it's almost like you're holding hands with your younger self,
Well, that's a really good description. I described it when I started playing the beats. I just broke down because a portal was opened. I like that, holding hands with my younger self. I was in a room with everybody, and it was like, oh fuck, I wasn't at Geordie's funeral, I wasn't at Raven's funeral, and so I've thought about that as well. Like, oh fuck, there's a thing, but I've thought at times, Charlie Watts, Rolling Stone, like, dude, you could play that till you're 90.
Right.
And I read some stuff with Rat Scabies, who was like, some of that stuff's a little bit hard for him, but he's doing all right. But no, I didn't. I'm pleased I didn't think of any of that. Yeah. And I'm 65 pounds down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to play every day. I'm like, how lucky and blessed am I to have my drums here, so I can play for 20 minutes. Like we had a museum tour the other day, and I was like, oh fuck! I take my hands up and I'm playing, and then people were like, oh my god, was that you playing Extremities?
Right.
I'm like thinking about adding that as a special add-on for the tour. Yeah. Plus, get to hear Martin play these beats.
Watch me work out. Yeah.
Well, when we saw you earlier this year, and it was like in the middle of nowhere, right? And you were, because we were on tour and we were heading south, and you were coming from the school.
Love's gas station.
A gas station in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I had to do multiple double takes because you have lost so much weight.
The best part of this is, Martin's over there and Karen's over here, and I'm pumping gas, and they're doing a double take, and and I finally just go, Martin, before the both of them kind of go, Martin, the fuck are you doing here? And because we're in the middle of Illinois,
at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you could. I knew right away, like, oh my God, you're putting in the work. You're doing it for sure.
Well, that's also a little bit concerning, because, like, I can play those beats, but one after the other. There's a song called North of the Border. What the fuck? The bass was bum ba bum ba bum 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 ba bum bum ba bum. Like, what are you doing? It just doesn't stop.
So revisiting this album, is there a specific song that you're just like, fuck this? Like, I'm not looking forward to it?
No. I'm worried I might puke. I'm certainly worried I might cry.
Try and space them out.
Yeah, don't do them both at the same time.
But yeah, no.
So, I know you mentioned like there was the tarot cards and stuff, but like how did you get into Killing Joke? Right, you were just coming out of Public Image, and then this.
Geordie called me. I had I knew this guy Charlie. He had a sound system rental company in DC, and we talked, and he did a PIL show in the 80s, and he was over in London, and mentioned that he knew me, and Geordie strangled him, and got my number and called me, and I flew over to see if it worked.
Yeah.
We thought it would, and it did.
The tarot card said it was okay.
Yeah, eventually. But and I started managing the band as well. It was a disaster. And we got it to a point. But at that same time, they introduced me to Al when we came through Chicago before I moved here. And then Al asked me to do ministry, and then I'm in Kill and Joke, and I did the ministry tour, and then me and Bill started Pigface halfway through that tour. So what a great snapshot of how crazy Chicago was then.
Right.
So I'm in Kill and Joke, I'm touring with ministry, and me and Bill started Pigface, and that's all happening at the same time as Al and Paul are in ministry, Revolting Cocks, Led into Gold. What the fuck? I mean, oh my God. Yeah.
When you were doing Extremities.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
But you said when you revisited the album, I visited it.
Yeah.
So because when we made the album, me and Geordie were fighting with Jazz. Jazz wanted to be a little bit more ballady. I would describe it as Billy Joel. Me and Geordie are like, fuck this. I'd just been on the road with ministry. I'm like, everything should be faster, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was literally, you know, when you're like waiting for somebody to come punch you, you're just like this.
Yeah.
And I was just like that for 6 months. And none of us, I think, got a chance to sit back and listen to what we did. It was like, oh, we did it.
Yeah.
And then there's problems with the label in Germany, and we're touring and stuff, you know. So once again, what a blessing, what a luxury to actually sit and go through this. And I'm listening to Jazz's vocals going, fucking hell, man, this is really complex shit, you know, and it's lovely. And so I have a fresh perspective and sat with it for the first time in 35 years.
That was one thing we were going to ask is how was it working with such, I don't know, the three of you.
Complicated personalities.
Complicated personalities. And then also going from the previous Killing Joke album, because if you listen to the one right before it and then to this, it's like, what happened?
So my first wife, Leela, used to have a radio show at WMSE Milwaukee. She worked at Atomic Records and booked shows. And so I'm like, I'm joining Killing Joke. Change, love like blood, war dance, junk, here we go. And she's like, yeah, have you heard the last album? No. Oh, like what a MIDI masturbation. Turns out it was a jazz solo album.
Okay.
That cost so much money. The label said, well, the only way we're going to get our money back if we release it as Killing Joke, which like an insight into record labels, like fuck this band with so much fuck that, because we get our money back.
Right.
Just about I nearly didn't get on a plane.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm like, oh fuck. And eventually it came to me. I'm like, there's something with that Outside the Gate album. I wasn't there, and I would never let this shit happen, you know. And Geordie didn't want to go down that road again either. And Geordie was in Detroit, and we had faxes going backwards and forwards. Jazz is sending us cassettes, with these songs. We're like, no, we're not doing this. And Geordie came to Chicago. We went to Steve Albini's house.
Yeah.
And we did 6 of the demos that became Extremities. And we just said to Jazz, this outrageously distorted bass on Money's Not. I got Geordie played that. And we're like, this is what we're doing, motherfucker. And it was just this fight. But yeah, that album. Oof. Yeah.
So you joined the band. You just added to another difficult personality to just the mix.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I worked with John.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, Keith Levine, John Lydon, and Joel Wobble, they're all massive individuals in their own right. So that was wild. And then just John on his own was something else, you know. And then along the way, you know, Flea auditioned for Pill back then, so I knew a bunch of people, and Jazz and Geordie, and then Raven.
Yeah.
You know, just more of the same, really.
So you've got, you know, the strong personalities that were Pill, and now you're doing this record, breathing a different light into it. But you were talking about not having a set list yet, you know, whatever. And so has anybody started to rattle around, hey, when we're done playing the record, we still got some time on the clock. We're going to do some other songs? Have you talked about, you know, playing some other Killing Joke songs? Is that...
Not playing suck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I actually posted on Facebook, if we did that, what would we do?
Yeah.
And that was quite surprising. It was nice to see that. And then people were like, you should play Money's Not Our God. We're already pay attention. We're playing that. Okay, Termite Man. We're already playing in addition to the... So
Social
yes.
media was a mistake.
Yeah. So but that gets really difficult for me. You know, I'd sang backups on 80s and Change and Love Like Blood and Money. But as I said, when Mark fired up his rig and started playing the classic Geordie riffs, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think it would be a celebration to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think we're gonna a couple of people have mentioned maybe we should play the album in order. I'm like, okay, let me see how that goes. You know, so maybe.
Yeah, you're still flushing. We're 2 weeks out, and we're getting it all put together.
But it's like, I mean, you know, I've been playing since I was 9. These are like some very talented people.
Right.
You know, Randy walked into Pigface rehearsals and sang Tapeworm, like Goosebumps, in front of an audience at rehearsal and just killed it, you know.
Right.
And I know that Mark was on a plane to South America for Peter Murphy without rehearsing. So it's like to be around this caliber of people is pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, and it's a trust. When you get to that level, like, you know that they're going to walk in and they're going to have their shit together. So they're going to put 110% in because it is just important to them as it is for everybody else.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, as you go through this, you'll probably see like so many people love this album, love Killing Joke, love Geordie, love Raven, and it is. It's going to be a celebration for everybody, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. You know, Jolly Roger tour managed us and did the lights for Killing Joke. I've asked Jolly to come down and do the lights.
Is he coming out?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's
So
gonna
it's
be
just
great.
But it's like I'm doing it. I'm setting this up, you know. So there's a scene in the Money Is Not Our God video, which H-Gun Video filmed at 2024 South Wabash, which is less than a block from Reggies. I printed that scenery hundreds of feet from the stage at Reggies. So I bought a cash register, and we're gonna. There's a scene where Jazz is dumping gasoline on this cash register, where I'm gonna take people under the L tracks over there. It's also where Trent Reznor was beaten up in the Downward Spiral video. I
Yeah.
think.
The Down in It video.
Down in it, yeah. So we're gonna do that. I'm not doing myself any favors with all this, you know, memory prompting shit. But I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, I guess to kind of wrap things up, you know, once again, like, When is this? Where is it? How do we get tickets?
They have GAs at Reggies. We have VIPs here. We try and do this thing, well, it's just kind of stupid, really, where you get a VIP from us, you get $35 in coupons for the merch booth and a shirt and some other stuff.
Just give
you know.
the farm away.
And actually, anybody who gets VIPs gets invited to Thanksgiving dress rehearsal at Reggies.
Great.
They're doing a Thanksgiving spread. That will cost a little bit, but not much. It's Reggies. They're being wonderful. So that it's the 28th and the 29th. You guys are opening the Friday.
Right.
Ganser are playing. Ganser are playing on the Saturday with Club Drugs. Scary Lady Sarah's spinning on the Saturday. Steve Silver is telling stories about what a bad tour manager, bad tour manager he is.
Yeah.
And Jolly Roger will be doing lights. And but so you mentioned, like, what do we do? I just heard last time Mark was here with Layla Royale playing cello, this combination of Geordie's guitar sound and cello. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's something we
Cool.
never even thought of, but I can hear it. So there might be a version of Love Like Blood with trumpet, cello, and guitar. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like we can fuck around without casually fucking around, very seriously fucking around
Right.
with whatever this is.
So people have to show up to see this amazing celebration beast of 2 nights of a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great.
I think the Friday is getting close with the tickets. There's Ultra VIP, which is balcony and some other stuff on the Saturday. Yeah. So, and if I could just send a message to James, like, hey, I mean, you know, I've had some downtime in the hospital myself over the last couple of years. I really feel for you, and I know where you're at, and I hope you're feeling good, and I hope you're feeling all this love from everybody who, you know, lots of people seem to care about you a lot, and that's got to feel really good even when you're feeling bad. So we all love you a lot, James, and fuck yeah, man.
Big love. I mean, we'd love to hang out with you, but really this is to help you, to promote the show, and also because of James, because it's like he reached out and said, "Hey, would you mind doing this for me?" And we're like, "Fuck yeah, absolutely."
And also, if I can mention, I don't know what it's called, but you guys have got a really good song. I sent you a message about it.
Oh yeah. So
What's it even called?
Yeah, so it's called Threats, and it is on.
Threats.
We put out an EP earlier this year, which is also called Threats. But we've been touring on that all year round, and so yeah, we'll be playing Threats at the show for sure.
Is that like the hit?
That's the single off that album. Yeah,
Are people liking it?
yeah, it's been.
I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
this is catchy as hell.
We've pretty much sold out of the entire first run of that CD, so we gotta talk about reordering.
That's always good.
Yeah, and then next year, we're planning on actually leading with a music video for that too. So we're gonna carry it on. So it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, our set's pretty great for this show for sure. We're excited to, and also this is like I was thinking back like. Now, this is my second Thanksgiving with you because I did Pigface 25 with Worm,
Wow.
at House of Blues.
Wow, in 2016.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah. Wow.
So it's kind of a nice full circle coming back and hanging out again.
Well, and it's that's an interesting arc.
Well, and Ivan was there, but also I had his bass rig. So at the dress rehearsal, Greta was supposed to use my bass rig, and she's like, "It's not fucking working. It just completely died." Here's the dress rehearsal, and I'm the one that has to give Greta Brinkman a bass amp, and I'm like, "What am I gonna do?" So I called up Ivan, and this is before Bellhead, and I'm like, "Do you gotta? Can I use your bass amp?" And so yeah, a little bit. So he was there on stage. Not officially on stage.
Wait, and so then the bass amp you have now that we use in Bellhead is the replacement that you and I went shopping for.
Correct.
That then was when I bought one of the pedals that's now we use on all the Bellhead songs.
Full circle.
Wow, that was deep.
That was super deep.
Is it the same fucking 9-volt battery in that pedal, I bet?
No, we change our batteries, goddammit. Charge everything, change the batteries.
Do you want to do the
Do you want to? Okay. So we actually came up with some lightning round questions for you, just because we thought it would be fun. So, all right.
Well, think again.
All right. Here we go. Your favorite piece in the museum?
See, that's not a lightning round question because it's not my favorite piece. This is something that's happened.
Yeah.
It's the wildest half of a ticket torn in two that sets somebody off on a fucking journey, which I now understand more than I did a few years ago. And it's whatever sets anybody off down that path.
All right. That's fair. All right.
But that is the kit I played Wish on and did Ministry on. I mean, the kit's kind of...
Kit's kind of important.
I should treat it more kindly. But yeah, okay, the
All
kit.
right. All right. What is your favorite song on the Extremities album? I guess these aren't lightning questions, huh?
Maybe you're going to be struck by lightning, Karen.
I'm going to, at the moment, and it changes depending if I'm cramping or not.
Yeah.
Age of Greed, because it's like, fuck, this sounds like it was written yesterday. Yeah. You know, feather the nest and fuck the rest. And the waist expands as the waist expands. Fucking Jazz Coleman on his game. With some help from me and Geordie, we all wrote the lyrics. The original lyrics are over there, right? Yeah, Age of Greed at the moment. Plus, the beginning. When was the last time you had a tender, juicy steak? I'm sitting there with Di. She's like, "Oh, this is Moo and Oink."
Yeah.
She grew up listening
Moo
to
and
that
Oink.
ad on the
Yeah.
TV.
Moo and Oink.
And we just took it straight off the TV. Like, you can't do that these days.
Well, they're gone now, so.
Right.
Fuck them.
All right. What's your favorite music venue you've ever played at? Saying Reggies as a safe word is okay.
No, I mean, there's some wild places.
Yeah.
I love playing the Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles in 1980. It was like punk was exploding. There were riots, police, helicopter, horseback, all kinds of shit. But I am going to say Reggies. Like, Robbie, like, I explained this idea to him. He's like, and he said something like, BS 19742. I'm like, yeah, what? He's like, that's the catalog number of Extremities.
Oh, God.
I'm like, oh my God, we're doing this in the right place. And just the vibe, and everybody's been so thoughtful. And yeah, I'm getting like increasingly local, you know?
Yeah.
And they're just up the street, and I love them. Yeah.
We were especially happy to hear it was Reggie's because they've been very good to us whenever we've played there. We played with Nightclub a couple times, and it's just been, good. We're in good hands. Yeah.
The sound system is oversized for the room. You've got the balcony, the two balconies off the side. Just like, all right.
Yeah.
You know.
The balconies up on the side those are super cool.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I saw Psychic TV was playing, and I got up there, and so then I got to look down and see Genesis playing, and I'm like, right, wow. She's right there, and like, what a cool memory. Wow. But yeah, Reggie's is definitely a favorite. Yeah. All right, what is the, I mean, obviously besides just drum kit, but the one piece of gear that you cannot live without?
Gum.
Yeah.
Gum.
You always chew gum on stage.
Yeah. And if I don't have gum, I bite my tongue. That's how I started putting water on my kit, because I bit my tongue and I'm like swallowing all this blood. I'm like spitting blood onto my snare. Like, the fuck, and I hit the snare and the blood. I'm like, oh, this is fucking great. Water, ice cubes, But I started chewing gum because of Don Powell, the drummer from Slade. I used to watch Slade on TV when I was a kid, and he's playing drums and chewing gum. I'm like, how can you even do that? And now I have to have gum while I play.
All right, last question. The most important question, too. Who's your favorite bass player in Bellhead?
Gunshot cut to black.
And thanks. Good night, everybody.
I
had
mean,
to do
if
it.
either of you can call yourself bass players. What else am I going to say?
Yep.
I mean, I remember saying to Flea, like, I like that little name drop. I said to Flea, what the fuck? No, I don't know. I don't know whose bass is what, but I like that new song.
Awesome. Well, thanks again. All right. Well, thank you, Martin. Everybody, once again, come out the 28th, the 29th at Reggies in Chicago. It is Extremities, the first time it's being played in 33 years, with Martin Atkins and a whole crew of people. We got Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. We got Layla Royale. We have Orville from Pigface.
Mark Gemini Thwaite from Peter Murphy and The Mission on guitar.
Tara from I Speak Machine.
Oh my God, she's fucking amazing.
Super awesome.
She's got a great new song out as well. Oh my damn God.
Is it the cover?
Do you know? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, because she just did a cover.
No, with who's playing drums? What's his name from Ministry? Played drums on a track. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
She's
You know
great,
how-
though.
You know how I met Tara? I let them stay here. I'm trying to be like open door what is a museum anyway,
Yeah.
which is a little bit dangerous. I just let them stay here and they were fucking wonderful. Yeah. Now we're going to be on stage together.
Awesome.
Who else did we not mention? Justin Pearson on bass from the Locust and Def Club. Jolly Roger.
Jolly
on
Roger,
lights.
the infamous Jolly Roger. We have Steve Silver, us, Bellhead, on night 1. Club Drugs on night 2, and then Ganser on both night 1 and night 2. And it's
Scary
going to
Lady
be
Sarah.
Scary Lady Sarah
I
spinning.
asked, I said to her, what do you think about an all Killing Joke set? And I don't know about that. Maybe if she likes the idea, whatever. But I was kind of like, that's interesting.
All right.
Thanks, JVO.
Thanks, JVO. We love you.
Get well soon.